Welcome to the Makery Online. Today we are going to jump into some 3D modeling. We're going to build like a house shape. Um, and then you guys can play around with the shapes on your own time and see what you guys can come up with before we actually jump into the project that we're going to build. Okay? So, that being said, let's jump into this. I don't know where you guys have your internet, but my internet is down here. Go ahead and click on your internet. We're going to bring up our search page. I'm going to type in your search SketchUp. That's SKETCHUP. Spacebar and free. FREE. Okay, hit enter. It should pop up with www.sketchup.com, and then there should be something that says free 3D modeling software. You're going to click on that. Alright, and if you clicked on the right one, the page will pop up with the dresser on it. It'll say SketchUp in the top left corner, and then right below that it'll say the best way to 3D for free. Okay? No, I do not want Domino's Pizza. Now, just below that, it says there's a blue button that says Start Modeling. We are going to click on that. Alright, it'll load the little steps that are red and white. It'll take a second. Then you should get a box with the steps are inside the box. Alright, I should say Welcome to SketchUp. Now you're going to go up where it says Home. Right underneath it, it says Create New. We're going to make sure that we're in feet and inches right here, okay? So simple template, feet and inches. We're going to click on that. Alright. Now, the page should pop up where there's a lady with sunglasses. Not sunglasses, regular glasses. And a cell phone. We don't need her, so if we hover over her, click on her, and hit the E button, an eraser will pop up, and then you can just click, slide, and erase. Or you could hit delete once you highlighted her blue. Okay? We're going to hit spacebar. So to give our cursor back, these are our tools that we're going to be using. We won't use all of them. We use some of them right now. We'll use the rectangle tool right here, the line tool, the eraser, orbit, tape measure, push pull. I'll show you what all those are in a minute here. I want you guys to take a look right here on your screen where the blue, red, and green line are. Your blue line is your up and down. Your green line is your left to right. And your red line is front to back. Okay? Remember that. Blue line, up and down. Green line, left to right. Red, front to back. Alright? That's important because when you're using the line tool here, if you click on that and click on the pencil, or you can hit L, it'll pop the pencil up for line. You start a line, you're going to see that this one turns green. You know you're going from left to right. Okay? I'm going to erase that, Command Z. If I went anywhere else on that page, it wouldn't light up if I'm trying to make a left to right line. Okay? Now, if I want to make a line going up or down, it would be blue. Okay? If I went anywhere else on here, it wouldn't be lit up. But once it lights up, you know you're straight up and down. Okay? Now to go front and back, same thing. You see how if I went right here, it turns green? It looks fine, but that's still left to right. Now it goes a little more, it turned red. Now I know that's front to back. Okay? I'm going to hit the O button for orbit. I'll bring up this tool, or you can go down here and click on this. You click on it and slide your hand, and you can see that I have a left to right, up and down, and a front to back line. You should have the same thing. Okay? Just keep that in mind for your lines. To zoom out, you just put 2 fingers on your pad, or if you have a mouse, use the scroll ball in the middle, or your wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. I'm gonna hit Command or Control Z, depending what computer you have. All right, so now I'm going to go bring up the shape tool. Okay, I want a rectangle, so I'm going to hit R for rectangle. Or like I said, you can go over here, click on the arrow, click there, same thing. Okay, I'm going to start right here. Ooh, let me zoom back into this spot. Again, 2 fingers. Okay, I want you guys to start right here where the blue, green, and red line meet. Okay, you are going to click once, drag it out, click again. It should be shaded. Don't touch nothing else. Now we want to make this square or rectangle a certain dimension. I want to make it a 10 by 10. Okay, that's 10 feet by 10 feet. We gotta be careful with this, because watch this. I'm gonna go 10 feet, 1 0 apostrophe, comma, 10 apostrophe, enter. Okay, zoom out, orbit. So again, zoom out, 2 fingers, move your hands back and forth on your pad, or you click the scroll ball on the mouse, and then to orbit, you hit O, and then again, you click and move your hand left or right, or if you have a mouse, you click on the center ball, and you can move it left or right. Okay. Now, back to the measurements. I made this a 10 by 10 square. If I'm not paying attention to what I'm typing, I could make this square very small. Let me show you. I'm gonna make another rectangle or square by hitting R. Okay. This time I'm just gonna click it and hit 1 0 by 1 0. Enter. Now, if you don't put that apostrophe right there, it's gonna keep it in inches. So now this, I'm gonna zoom in. It's again 2 fingers. Zoom into where my mouse is. Big difference, this small square to this big square. Okay, so if you want something a certain diameter, you make sure you're putting in the right measurements. All right, so if you want feet, you got to put that apostrophe after the number. If you're going to keep it inches, then you just type in the number. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that small square. All right, so this square, I want to turn it into a cube. There's a couple different ways to do this, but the fastest way to do it is to use the push-pull tool. The push-pull, you can hit the letter P. It'll bring this tool up, or you can go over to the left-hand side, and it's this tool right here. You just click on that, and then that one. How this tool works is once you're over the area you want to make taller or bigger, you hover over it. It should be highlighted with a bunch of blue dots. You click once, and you can go up or down. Okay? Up or down. You can't go left or right, so up or down right now. So I'm going to go bring it up a little bit without clicking anything. I'm going to put 10, the apostrophe again, enter, and now I have a 10 by 10 square cube. Okay? I'm going to hit the space bar to bring my scroller back. Now what I want you guys to do is to highlight this thing and make it a component. Okay? If you highlight it, the whole thing should turn blue. Then you hit the letter G. This page right here, make a component page should pop up. I'm going to put box. Box, B-O-X. You can name it whatever you want. Hit OK. Now, if I push pull on this thing, it is not going to move. We've made this. We won't accidentally move this anymore. This is its final dimension. Now, if for some reason later down the line I need to make this bigger somehow or wider, I can go back into it by using my select tool, which is this one here, or hit spacebar, double click. It'll put this dotted cube around it. Now if I hit P for push pull, it'll highlight and I can make this bigger again. Okay, I don't want to do that, so I'm going to hit Command Z or Control Z, depending on what you're using. I'm going to hit O for orbit. You click, move your finger. Now, I have the side angle so you guys can see something. I'm going to hit push pull again, the letter P. If I highlight this side, I can move this side. Okay. Oops. And if I highlight this side, hold on. If I highlight this side pops out. Alright. So wherever you're highlighted, that's what side that's going to move. So keep that in mind. If it's not highlighted, it's not going to move. To get out of this, you hit spacebar, click outside of your cube here, and then this box is done. The only way you can move this box now is if you hit the move tool. That'd be M. You click one of the things, corners, and then you can move it anywhere on the page if you want. Alright, I'm going to leave it right there. Now, I want to turn this into a house, so I need a triangle. So I'm going to get exactly in front of this thing and use the orbit tool. Again, circle. You click down, move your finger, and you'll be able to orbit, get in front of it. Alright, we know this is a 10 by 10 cube. So you can get your tape measure. You can hit T for tape measure, or go down over here to the left hand corner, bottom left hand corner. There's a tape measure right there. Alright, you notice that when, excuse me, hold on. Dang. That when you put your tape measure along the line, the corner is going to be a circle, and when you're going down the edge of the line, it's squared. But it's going to turn into a circle right there in the middle. Okay? So I know that exactly 5 feet. I can measure out. I'm going to go 5 feet because I want to be in the middle. And it should turn into a circle. Where are you at? Where is your circle at? Uh-oh, it doesn't want to do it. Why didn't it do it? Okay, well, 5 feet is center. That's interesting. Now, we're going to make a triangle on top of this box. We're going to use the line tool. Again, you can click the pencil or hit the button, the L on your keyboard. You'll start off the left-hand corner, click once, drag it up to your measurement line, your dotted line here. You can put it wherever you want. Click once, go down to your bottom right-hand corner, click again. Now we got to close up the shape by going all the way over to the other side. Once it turns into a circle, it should shade. Okay, I want to delete this dotted line now, so I can hit the E button on the keyboard. Just click the dotted line below the shapes and it will delete. Okay, hit spacebar so I don't delete nothing else by accident. Now you're going to hit the orbit tool. Hit circle, hit O, or go down to the left hand corner, hit the orbit tool. You'll click on the image, drag your finger, let go, click on the image, drag your finger to the side of it. Okay, once you can see this image here, you want to hit P for push pull, or go over here to the left side, click on this one. But once you're here, you hover over the triangle and then you click once and you drag it all the way to the edge. Alright, I'm going to hit spacebar to get rid of that so I don't do nothing else. I'm going to hit O again and then orbit back. O's for orbit. And now I'm in front of my house. Again, I want to make sure nothing else happens to this triangle, so I'm going to highlight the top of the corner and just highlight the shape that I want to turn into a component. I'm going to hit G. Again, the make component box should pop up so we can name it. I'm going to put roof. You can name it whatever you want. Hit OK. And now the roof is its own thing. I can get the move tool and I can move this. But we're going to put it back. If you're moving it, just make sure you click on one of the edges. You'll move it to the edge where you want to meet it back up. It'll snap to the edge point. You click and then you're good. Then make sure you hit spacebar or go over to select tool and get out of there so you don't move anything. Alright, so now we're in front of the house. We can play with a couple more tools. Let's see what we got over here. Let's go into the actual shape tools. I see that they got a circle. Let's see. Do I want to use... Yeah, let's do circle. You can click on circle, or you can hit C, and it'll bring it up. I'm going to add a window. Alright, let's move that somewhere else. I'm going to hit M for move, grab the center of the circle. Nope. What are you doing? Let me click the circle first. There we go. Click on the circle, hit M to move it, and then we can move this window. There we go. And the same thing with the circle tool. You have to know how big of a circle you want. If you want a 2-foot circle, you put 2 feet. There's your 2-foot circle. If you want something smaller, you put your smaller sides in there. Now know when you do a 2-foot circle, and you go to measure this thing later, it is going to be a 4-foot circle. Because the circle's measurements takes half of what the radius is. Or diameter takes the radius. So yeah, whatever the half point of your circle is going to be, whatever your full circle is going to be, half that. And that's how big of a circle you're going to make. Okay? Alright, so we got our window here. Let's see, let's go on the paints. Let's see what type of paints they have for us to use in here. Materials. Let's paint the window blue. Let's paint the house gray. And the roof black. Oh no. That looks funny to me. I don't know why. Because this and this should be the same color. Now, we made this a component, so if we paint one side of this, the whole thing's going to change to that color. Now, if we want to put 2 colors in here, what we do is go in here, we're going to get our select tool, double click, and we're just going to click right here on the one side that we want to change the color to. We'll click the gray color we want, and we can change it, okay? Now you're going to hit orbit, O, orbit to the back of the house. Do the same thing, hit the color we want, change it, hit spacebar, come out of it, and then orbit back to the front. Click, drag your finger, click, drag your finger, click, drag your finger, click, drag your finger. Okay, so here's that. Now let's try and put a door on this thing. So we go back over to the tools, we get another rectangle, you can hit R if you want, or click on that. We'll start here at the bottom, and we put a door. And the door, I also want black. Alright, so I went over here, clicked on the color I wanted, it automatically brings up the paint bucket, you click on what you want to paint, and that is that. Okay? I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and play with the shapes more. You want to add a chimney, go for it. Just use your rectangle tool. I want to see what you guys can come up with. Make your own house, make it as wide as you want. So this is what you guys are doing this week. Play with this, see what you can make, and then you guys will share the screen when we come and meet again. If you have any questions, hit me up in the Zoom or email me um, your questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, guys. That's it. You guys have a wonderful day. Oh, wait. Skirt. Not yet. Rewind. Go over here to hit save. Click SketchUp. Down here, you're gonna enter put your first and last name. So when you send it to me, I know whose house it is. So enter your first and last name. Okay. First and last name. Oop. Name. And then put house. All right. And then you hit here, save. Ta-da! All right, now that's it. You guys have a wonderful day. Save it, and then next week I'll show you guys how to send me the file. Goodbye.